All right, for those watching the live stream, I may have started the timer just a tad late, but guess what time it is? Ignore the fact it says 36. Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Boosters and Space Tape, the podcast about Kerbal Space Program, real space, and other cool and sciencey stuff. Hello.
Really? You forgot relaunched after everything in the last episode.
Am I lagging that much? It said countdown was 30 seconds. Oh, okay, there we go.
Matoro's lucky he came back when he did because of the, we thought, oh, we've got 30 seconds left. No worries. Let's just make all of the dirty jokes. And then Matoro starts up and it's like, oh!
It's latency here. That's much higher than I'm used to.
Taking it from the
I'm so pleased that we don't get this right ever. This is amazing.
Oh, look, the timer says 00. I guess we're good to go. All right.
All right, cool. Shall we do it again?
Let's do it. All right. Taking it from the top.
Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome back to Boosters in Space Tape relaunched.
it's relaunched like a rocket.
It's episode 5. Hello, I'm Matoro, and today's date is July 18th, 2020. We took a month off for reasons. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Several of them.
For
several of them.
Several reasons. But we are back and glad to be here. So, hello, everybody. As said, I'm Matoro, and with me is Mr. Kinesis Gaming. Ooh.
Hello.
TheReadPanda.
Yeah, he is there. He's kind of swaying.
He's right there. He's moving.
He's
And
feeling a little warm right now. You meant to say hello, Red.
Oh, hello, Red. I mean, hello.
There we go. There we go.
And DigitalPsychosis.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
G'day.
Bonjour.
I'm a little out of it. I apologize.
I'm a big out of it because I've had four hours of sleep. So, you know, it's great.
Oh, 4 hours of sleep. I remember doing that last week looking for the comet.
4 hours. I'll trade you.
You want a small child?
Wait.
Sleep.
So wait, you got 4 hours of sleep? I saw you end your stream 8 hours ago. When did you go to sleep?
You are correct. Like I said, I have a small child.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Legally, yeah. That's his own, by the way. Just need to add that.
Yeah. Legally.
Okay. All right.
I know I was playing Death Stranding last night, and that was a whole other situation with a fetus. But you know,
that scares me. I don't.
That game is weird.
Norman Reedus and the magical fetus travel across America. That's basically what that game is.
Yeah, that just seems wrong.
I've never heard it put that way. Oh my god, please never say that again.
At least, look, if the fetus dies by the end, then it's fetus deletus. So, you know, it's good.
Nope,
it's good
I'm
times.
Done. Oh, okay.
It's a really weird game. Anyone who hasn't played it, it's a really weird game, and I'm loving it.
Yes, you've turned into the Amazon delivery man with legs.
Yeah, 100%. It's great.
Not to say that all Amazon delivery. Okay, we're not going to get into that. Moving on.
You were ahead. Stop.
So anyway, yeah, it's been like 2 months since we've been around doing this recording thing. So I'm sure
forgot how to do it.
Yeah, clearly
so we've got lots
we
of
never
silly
knew
things
how to do
say.
it. We just kind of turned up, put some recording software on, and spoken to some microphones, and we never progressed from there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not really.
That's my life. Thanks, Aki. Thanks for describing my life.
No judgment.
I just rock up and talk into a microphone. Boom, done.
Yeah.
Hey guys in chat, how you doing?
Yes, to everyone here, hello.
Did he kidnap the child? Not this one. This one, sadly, is mine.
I think you helped make that one.
I contributed.
But hey.
I put my bit in.
It's been a little too long since we've done this.
I'm out.
So, how do we move on from that? Oh no!
The only thing we can really do is just start again.
Oh. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Boosters and Space Tape relaunched. It's episode 5.
Third time's a charm.
Anyway, yeah. So it's been 2 months since we've done this, which we've been busy with our lives, and well, real life has been, as I said, busy. Since our last episode, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and start off our personal progress section, recapping the time since the last episode. And well, I've got something that I'm going to throw at Aki to put into the audio of this episode if he wants to. Because
You can try.
I went to a certain thing down in Florida on May 30th. Yes, I went into the big Rona wastelands to watch 2 people ride a tube full of liquid boom juice into space. So yeah, I went to see DM2.
Nice.
It was good.
There were so many points in that little description where I just wanted to jump in. I went to watch two people
boom juice one of
do
them?
what?
Because
I mean, I've already said I did my bit. All right, calm down.
yeah.
Oh, not that boom juice. Oh, never mind.
Family-friendly podcast about a very family-friendly game that kids love, and here we are, boom juice and bits.
Speak for yourself. I'm just hiding in a corner right now.
Just NASA beep this whole section. I think that'll be the safest. But
Or control A, control Z.
We get this voiceover bit from Aki. This entire section of the podcast was removed because it was horrendous.
Oh no!
Didn't we have an add-on last time for something ridiculous?
did we?
Probably.
Yeah, like the fact that they released something immediately afterwards that undid everything.
Oh, I think so.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah,
That'll be
episode
in it.
4, when it was released out into the ether of the podcast platforms, was completely irrelevant by the time it got there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But we're
But
still
more on that
here.
later.
Anyway, yeah, so picking back up where I left off, I went to see DM2. Other than that, I've been in summer courses and staying in this room. So that's about it for me. Got into Kerbal,
Yay.
gotten back into Kerbal, started a new save, got a moon base set up, and the legs on the modules have now clipped inside of the modules themselves, and I'm just waiting for everything to explode. So, yeah, things are looking chipper.
A typical day in KSP.
And and I upgraded that. That was a 1.9 install. I hit the upgrade button to 110, and now it won't load because it won't load a squad part. So,
It won't load a squad part. Interesting.
yep. Yep. Out of all the
Oh, that's
things to hang up
amazing.
on, it's hanging up on some part in the squad folder.
Oh, cool. Yeah, good. You have it on Steam, I take it, as well.
I do have it on Steam, but I downloaded this through the Kerbal Space Program website. So,
Okay.
other than that, yeah, not much else. I just been waiting for the mods to update. So, how about you, Red?
How about me?
Uh,
Oh, stuff.
Good
stuff, stuff and things.
Well, I'm in hell.
Yeah.
And for
Yeah, it's
the
a little
listeners at
hot over
home, Red is now a resident of a dark, fiery chamber filled with
Yes.
floating ashes and skulls.
I don't see any skulls.
There's a skull right behind
Oh,
you.
there they
There's a
are. No, I'm
massive
sorry, I didn't
skull
look
there.
at it. I'm sorry. It's over.
And I believe it's liquid
Right.
hot magma.
Magma.
Anyway, let's see. And in that vein, I've been playing a very fun, family-friendly game called Summer and Mara.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Amongst other things, as my normal variety of stuff, I've basically been scrambling to play whatever catches my interest for any real period of time. Problem being that I've been suffering from depression lately, and it's made it very difficult to get out of bed, let alone stream. So I've been just doing my best. So that's there. So just putting it
I'm
out there
proud of
that
you, Red.
that's been going on. So it means that often my schedule just gets thrown right out the window. But I did finish Summer in Mara, which was a fun little game where there's no combat and you sail around a bunch of islands, make friends with lots of people, including pirates, who are nice pirates, not bad pirates, and save the world. You know, usual stuff. Let's see, what else have I been playing? I know there were other things. I just started a new Slime Rancher playthrough. I tried that Hard Space game, the shipcracker thing.
Hard Space Shipbreaker.
Where there you go. I had some problems with it. It wasn't bad, but I don't like the fact you have to go refill your oxygen so often, amongst other things. I mean, I don't know. I can have a scuba tank that lasts longer than 15 minutes. I mean, let's see.
Have you played
Wow,
Subnautica?
Yeah, I played Subnautica.
Be grateful for 15 minutes.
I have over 300 hours in Subnautica.
What are you complaining about 15 minutes on a scuba tank then?
I don't know. I've been playing some Scrap Mechanic on Sundays, multiplayer with regulars, and that's been fun. The netcode is junk, but the game's been fun. They basically don't even have a way to see who's in the game other than looking around and seeing the names over them. And if you've got friends, they can just join. You know, I mean, you can't lock it down fully. So it's really in need of some netcode. It basically doesn't have any. I know I've done a lot of other things, but I just can't even think of them at this point. So, and I was waiting for some mods to get updated to get back into KSP, and then they released 1.10, and now I'm waiting again. So,
Isn't that the case?
The great KSP cycle of life.
I was waiting for Copernicus to get updated to go back to 1.9, and as far as I can tell, it hasn't been updated yet, unless it was updated in the last couple of days. So I really want to use Copernicus because I want to use different planets, and I can't use different planets if I can't use Copernicus. So that's where I am at the moment. So there you go. I'm
Fair
done.
enough.
Oh, Digi, your turn.
Oh, my turn. My turn.
Yeah, your turn.
I completely and totally rebuilt my studio. I no longer use a green screen. I spent far too much money on all of these things, and yeah, the entire studio has been rebuilt. That's basically been my isolation job, has been completely redoing the entire studio, which is something I'm really pleased with. There's still a few things to do, and I'm working on them, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. Playing whatever I can find, really. I was doing more Dark Souls and all sorts of stuff on stream, and now I'm doing Death Stranding because it got released on PC, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, it's also weird as hell, but you know, put that aside, it's absolutely gorgeous. Apart from that, isolation life, full-time work, but full-time work from home, which is really exciting. Partner that with parenting, and starting tomorrow, I'll be homeschooling again, which is just great. So it's a good time. So that's my life at the moment in a nutshell. Aki, over to you.
Wow. Well, I'd like to jump back. Copernicus has been taken over by a new team, apparently, according to the chat.
Really?
So it'll be a little while before it's updated. No KSP at all. Very little gameplay. Even in all this time that we haven't recorded, I played a little bit of Elite Dangerous on VR, but that's it. Next week I move back to the UK finally after being, I don't want to say stuck over it, being over in Australia for nearly 10 months when it was only supposed to be a few weeks.
They were holding him captive. Don't let him lie to you.
I'm stuck in Digi's basement. That's where I am. I've been trying to call for help to all these recordings. No one's come, so I just found my own way out.
You're lucky I let you out to do this.
Yeah, thank you.
Blink twice if you're in danger.
Actually,
Thanks,
I was
Master.
going to say something that would be really inappropriate.
Oh, no.
Where am I? Yeah, so moving back to UK next week. I'm preparing for that international move. So that's partly why we've not been very partly why I've not been recording. And I probably won't be around for the next recording until I get internet and a house. Or a house, then internet, actually, is a more important way around to do those things.
I disagree.
Just
True
podcast
games
from a
would.
field. I'm sure you'll be... or no, better yet, from a McDonald's parking lot.
I'm actually not kidding, because this house, where this house is built, was only built here because we had the national broadband network. So it was entirely based on where the internet was.
Oh, no.
I have chosen houses based on their internet speeds before, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And I will do the same again, no doubt. But the good thing is I have a new editing method after the last recording. I saw it as a necessity. Well, our last recording was or was it over? It was around about 3 hours.
Was it?
Excellent.
And you imagine, I've said before 100 times, and I'll probably say it 100 times again, that with every 1 minute of recording needs 3 to 5 minutes of editing.
Okay, to be
So
fair,
when you got
the last recording had the after party.
it did, yes. Well, even not including the after party, it was still over 2 hours.
Oof.
So
Yeah.
my new method of editing is that I just don't edit anymore.
We had an after
And-
party? Who told me that? Wait, what?
You were there. You were present.
okay.
I heard you.
Yes, you were there. Don't you remember? Don't you remember
No,
the
obviously not.
Don't worry.
there was all these beers laid out and all this stuff. It's just-
Your tongue was going round and round as it does.
provocatively around the bottle of a beer.
So, new editing method, Aki, huh?
New editing method. Yeah, I just don't edit now. I do. That's a lie. There is some editing, but nothing like
You don't go
I
overboard.
ever used to. Yeah, I don't go overboard anymore at all. So
He
all the
basically
costs
puts
are
a
in.
NASA beep over everything I say. And that's the only editing he does.
So that's that. That's what I've been doing. I am preparing for an international move again, but this better be the last one, I tell you. And I'll be setting up a new house, hopefully building a new studio or something over the next month or so. And might be around for the next recording. I might not. I don't know. We'll see how we get on. But yeah, that's me. So, Mater, I'm done because I haven't done anything other than that.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Sounds like you,
Good.
you've got a hell of a ride coming up, so good luck, my friend.
Thanks.
You sound so enthused.
Oh, I love moving internationally.
Oh.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't do it as a hobby? Because that's pretty much the frequency that I've done it. Might as well be a hobby for me. It could be classed as a hobby, and it's not one that brings joy. So I don't know why I'm doing it.
I take it you just like the long flights, huh?
I love the long flights. I love how much they cost and everything. It's brilliant.
Hey, it keeps your
'Cause
wallet
that's
nice and
not
lightweight.
inaccurate.
It does. Who needs a retirement fund?
Shaw.
I'm providing a home for moths.
Doing my bit for nature, yeah.
Oh, that took too long to click. Oh,
Well
Thanks,
done.
chat, for the
Good.
messages.
Yes.
well, anyway. That took as long to click with me as about as it is going to take for the mods to click with 1.10, because guess what? KSP 1.10.
Yes, KSP news.
Yes. So I don't
It's a
remember.
There is some news.
I don't remember exactly what day it was dropped, but it was dropped early this month, wasn't it? I believe.
It was beginning of the month. Yeah, it was beginning of the month.
Right.
And yeah, last recording I said I was going to do what's the one we haven't done? Breaking Ground expansion.
right.
Yes.
And no need. We can save that
Save
for
it for
another
August.
day. Yeah. Because KSP 1.10 dropped
On July
And-
1st, according to Emerald. So thank you, Emerald.
July the 1st. I thought it was that. I didn't know for sure, so I didn't confirm. But I haven't even downloaded it yet. No, the KSP one. There's partly the reason I didn't play KSP this time round is because I saw it was getting released, and I thought, I'm not complaining at the frequency of these updates, but when you have a mod heavy save and you like your mods to be updated, or they need to be updated in order to continue that save, it's kind of I don't want to say maybe I'll go as far to say exhausting.
Yes.
To keep updating the mods and waiting for the mods to be updated so you can update them.
It's a very good way
in
to
order
put
to
it.
continue the save. Yeah. But you can't complain about it because who doesn't want the game updated?
I bet I could complain about it.
Oh, I bet we all could, Red. We're trying to move away from that.
Oh, I take a certain pleasure in
I
complaining.
see here. I didn't understand the point.
Yeah, no. This is happy, joy.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So, moving away from the complaining, how about we talk about the fun stuff?
Okay, so 1.10 Shared Horizons.
Yes,
Released at the
on
beginning of
July
this month.
1st.
Yes, collaborated with ESA, the European Space Agency, on this one,
And they're
which
gorgeous
gives you
parts.
some parts and missions, and we shall talk about those things. One of the good things I'll start with is placeable flag decals, which is good.
That's cool as hell.
And not only can you place a flag, you can place flags. You can place as many damn flags as you want.
And you can
all
make
over the
them
place. You can make
display
it
whatever you want.
Yes, Digi, whatever you want. You can make them display whatever you want.
Just like
Aren't you gonna
sound
have some
waves.
fun with that.
And guess what? You can take sound waves to space.
Sound waves in flags. You could take sound waves to space. Yes, you can. You must be so excited right now. Well, you don't look excited. You look more peeved, but
I mean, there's a number of jokes I am withholding right now.
let's stick with the sound waves one.
Stick with the sound waves. All right,
Yeah.
sure, we'll call it that.
So flags, yeah, you can sponsor your own rocket with all sorts of flags if you want to. Well, they don't have to be flags. You can call them flags, but they can be badges, pictures, images.
Some people have even used them
could
as
be-
like glass,
Wow,
transparency layers, and all that.
Nice.
Because alphas are great.
They are.
yes.
Big
Yeah.
fan of alphas. You know, look, you could do something like, maybe get the Spotify link for the podcast and actually turn that into a flag. Just saying.
Ooh, that's clever.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm not as stupid as I look.
And you make it so hard to believe as well.
I know, right? I consider it a lifestyle.
it's a talent in itself. Okay,
Yeah,
so there's the flags. There's the flags and the missions. You get some missions to do as well.
And with the
that
flags,
European
real
Space
quick,
Agency does. Yeah.
just interject. They doubled the resolution of flags too.
Oh, right. Nice one.
Yeah, so all of my flags now look like crap.
Time to make some new ones.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
You can have fun with that. New parts, of course. Because what update wouldn't be an update without new parts? I've got placeable flags twice. Isn't that good? Poodle engine. That's how much I love the flags. Poodle engine.
The flag's the best part of this entire update. They're the best.
Oh, they've deprecated so many mods.
Poodle engine. So the Poodle engine, the twin engine belled engine. I should have thought about that a bit harder, but I'm really tired, so it doesn't matter. And I've been ill. I forgot to mention that. I've been ill. But I won't discuss that. The Poodle engine, it's under the retexture, but you can change the shape of the Poodle engine from a twin engine bell to a single engine bell to make it look like the Ariane upper stage, is what that's for. So there's that. 2 new probe cores, which are interesting. In fact, Red and I were discussing these before the show started. Yeah, so you've got the MOHO Planetary Observer and the MOHO Transfer Module, which are based on ESA probes. I think one's the Dawn and the other one's the... I've got this open somewhere so that I don't muck it up. And I've closed it. Because, there we go. Bepi Colombo
Yes.
probes that's going to Mercury at the moment. Launched in 2018, arrives in 2025, I think it is. So a little way yet. But there's 2 new probe cores. Interesting, very... what's the word I could use? Distinctive design?
That's being
Specific
polite.
design?
Yeah, that's being very polite.
Non-modular design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go interesting, because they're not your typical probe cores. You wouldn't use them in day-to-day kerbeling, should I say. Very pretty.
See,
very
now
functional.
I need to look at them because I haven't actually looked at them yet.
Very large.
They're not good parts.
They're interesting parts.
Well, I don't know. The one that's designed to use the Dawn engines is well designed to use the Dawn engines.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that, because that's got a heckin' large xenon tank in it, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's got what is it? Oh gosh, I just pulled it up. 3,800 xenon and 4,000 electric charge.
Yeah, that's
So
not bad.
I mean that's pretty handy.
And
if
they're
you're
about
just
the
making a simple science probe.
they're about the size of the Mark 1 lander can, Red, did you say?
No, they're the size of the Mark II lander can.
Mark
in
2
its
lander can, sorry.
Are they that
configuration.
large? Wow.
Yeah, and it's
The Mark
alternate
2 lander can, yeah.
in its alternate configuration.
Right, which is the bigger can of the two.
Well, it's the narrow one. It's
Yeah,
not the
sorry,
circle.
I meant the Mark 2s. The Mark 1's single Kerbal occupancy.
It's slightly
Mark II.
shorter, but it's about the same roughly.
So they're big parts. They're big probe cores. So you can
Yeah.
recreate those ESA missions with them, of course.
The other one's a little bit smaller, but you're gonna need 2.5 fairings to cover them. Is my point.
Hmm.
There's no way to really cover them without a 2.5 fairing.
Which actually works well with the new Arion. I know the word here. Not configuration.
you?
It's not configuration. I know the word.
Come on, you can do this, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
How you can switch part styles. The part styles.
I can't help you with this, but you've got
I
it.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but sure.
In the context menu, when you're building a craft, right-click a tank, orange, white or black, that thing.
Retexture.
Thank you. Sounds good enough. Don't look at me.
Well,
No, we're not.
we've
We're trying
got-
not to.
We've got white. We have white and black, gray and orange, and dark.
There you go.
So what am I looking for there?
I thought it was the version of the the old beer can tank. You could
Oh,
turn
the
it.
old beer can tank?
Yeah, you know the 2.5.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
should
wait, 2.5. Oh, I thought you meant the Oscar B.
Oh no. The 2.5 like beer can tank. That got a new skin to it.
The ESA.
Oh, the
ESA.
X216 fuel
Yeah.
tank, Rockomax.
Yeah, that thing.
That thing.
Look, I've
Yes,
been
there's
around
a-
this game so long, I don't call them by their official names.
Well,
It's only because I got it written
I still
down.
call it the big orange tank when you're talking about the Jumbo Max. So, you know.
Does
Fair.
anyone, does even EJ or Das Valdez know what these fuel tanks are really called? Do you know what I mean?
I bet yes, to be honest, but still.
Probably,
Ah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ESA's got the Rockomax X216 fuel tank, -16 fuel tank.
Yeah.
Has an ESA variant now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
I have it written down, that's the
silver
only reason.
pattern to it, I believe.
Well, actually, yeah, we'll go on to the retextures in a minute.
Mhm.
But just back to the probe cores, it's better to have more probe cores than not, right? Who wouldn't have more probe cores? So there's some new probe cores to play with, rather large probe cores, because who doesn't want big probe cores? The other new part that they released was the new magnetometer boom science equipment, which is a very welcome part, actually, especially for those that are Voyager fans
It looks lovely.
or any space probe, deep space probe fans. Yeah, and that's
I like Star Trek.
You know.
Well, he said Voyager and then Deep Space Nine.
Oh, that was the link.
Yeah.
Sorry. I should
Sorry,
know
I'm
these
just
things.
I'm just here to derail everyone. Sorry.
No, I'm the only one here that could probably back you up on that, and I completely missed it. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
The one nice thing about the MPO probe is that it's got this 2.0 G antenna on it that's built in.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Really? Ooh, that's handy.
Yeah. It's got a nice big antenna built on, and you can see it in the actual shape of it. It's on one side, making it non-symmetrical.
Oh,
Yeah, I suppose it's worth pointing out those probes are very non-symmetrical for those who haven't seen them. So the ones that like symmetry on their space probes are going to have a bit of a bad time with these things.
Yeah.
Then most modern space probes these days are abominations visually, aren't they?
Yep. The days of Sputnik long gone.
Yes, the nice spherics. Yeah, a thing of the past. So the new magnetometer boom is in there. Very welcome science part. And the other new part was the new Advanced Grabbing Unit Junior.
It's so cute.
It is. So the grabbing unit that grabs onto asteroids also has a smaller brother now, a little brother. And both of them are able to retexture. And the reason for that we'll come on to later. Because why wouldn't you save that feature until the last? Best till last. So that's the new parts. Not a lot of new parts for the ESA stuff. They've basically retextured existing things to make the majority of those parts.
It's still awesome to see the partnership here, though.
Oh yeah, no, take nothing away from that at all.
No,
right, new
never do that.
new textures,
No,
fairings.
To be honest, I don't want anyone to misinterpret me. I can't wait until they get a few other partnerships, to be honest.
And I'm sure they will.
Yeah, if this turns out well, I'm sure they will.
Oh yeah.
Although this, I mean, to be honest, we have spoken about this before. I always thought that partnerships like these expansions would be paid updates rather than free updates. So there's nothing to complain about.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that this was free, considering that it had the ESA.
I mean, it's considering the content of 1.10 update, they could have made it a paid update with a bit more work.
Perhaps we shouldn't say that too loudly, though.
Okay, let's stop talking there.
Just pointing that out, that perhaps you don't want to keep saying that too loudly.
Don't give them any ideas.
I can edit that out. Don't worry, guys.
I think at this point, though, it's important to note that KSP2 is on the way. So, you know, paid content would be a little bit on the nose.
Well, they're two different companies. Arguments to be had. It's easier to discuss later, though.
Yeah.
Right, new textures. This isn't the new texture as such, but there's been quite a lot of changes to the fairings. The fairings will now angle snap, so much easier to set up those fairings for smoother.
What?
Peter hasn't heard about this. Looking at his face. Fairings now have angle snap.
Why did no one tell me this?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Because the patch notes are there for everyone to read.
I didn't notice that when I was building fairings earlier.
Did you not? Well, they will now angle snap.
Okay.
They can also be left open-ended now.
I knew about that.
You knew about that? And they can be toggled in the editor to either have a solid appearance or their default transparent and explode apart appearance as well.
It's so nice.
So you can toggle between that when you mouse over them. So not a new texture as such, but the fairings, there's a lot going on with that. And they can also be retextured now. There we go. There's the link into this little section. Fairings can be retextured.
All
just
right,
like fuel tanks can.
So after trying to look up all of those probe parts so that I could understand what the go was with them, I have actually loaded up KSP now, and all I've got to say is, what the hell are these?
That's what I said, but everyone kind of looked at me funny when I said it, so I didn't say it too loudly.
They're free parts. There's nothing to complain about. You don't have to use them.
But what are they? Like,
very specific functions.
I don't even know how they're supposed
they'd
to
have to be.
They are joy wrapped into unsymmetrical, oversized parts. That's what they are.
Are they?
They're just joy.
Don't go that far, Aki.
Okay.
This does not bring joy. I'm sorry. No.
Happy,
Well,
oi,
then-
oi.
Don't use them then.
But what are they? I just.
Well, they're taken from real probes. You have some real probe parts to use, or Kerbalized versions of real probe parts. I believe one's Dawn and the other one is Bepi Colombo. It's going to Mercury.
They're very unusual.
They're unusual, yeah.
I will say, though, I think they're growing on me.
Quick, scrape them off.
I can't push them away.
Not only can the fairings be retextured now, but so can the fuel lines and struts. They have different texture options.
Oh, yeah, they're so pretty.
So the fuel lines don't have to be orange or yellow anymore. They can be grey, isn't it? It's grey for them. And the struts don't have to be silver. They can now be white. The baguette, dumpling, and donut fuel tanks now have a silver color option as opposed to their usual gold. So that can make stuff look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
The ESA variants, the Rocco Max X200-16 fuel tank, which Mace was on about earlier, that can be retextured to, like the ESA stuff. The grabbing units have 2 color options. I've already mentioned them. They're standard white, but they can also be like a dark grey now. And the white and yellow, they've added white and yellow variants to all TD decouplers and TS separators. So they're the new parts and the new retextures.
You missed a couple, actually.
Oh, please.
The fairings now have silver variants.
Oh, I just said they could be retextured. I didn't go into the color options.
Fair enough.
But there is quite a few. But no, go. Tell us.
The other one that I was going to mention was I believe it is the kickback booster. It is
kickback booster.
The long SRB.
Yes.
It has the Arion variant with all the flags.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it does.
You're
I
right.
forgot about that.
Yes, I forgot about that as well. Good pick.
Thank you.
And actually, God, I've got all this gas leaking from my body all of a sudden.
Oh,
and it's
no.
uncontrollable.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, it happens to me all the time. That's usually after I eat beans.
Gas is a good segue here because you know why?
Gas giants.
Gas giants. So who here remembers?
Segway.
Who here remembers the April Fool's Day joke that Squad posted on Twitter with Jewel being retextured orange?
Retextured.
Which really, it didn't look that bad.
Did they do it?
Good.
No, they didn't do it, but they took the retexture, I'm almost certain, and made it the proper green. Because Jewel got its update, and it has moving clouds now.
Yes, and
That's
it's
amazing.
not just a retexture, it has moving clouds.
That is absolutely amazing.
It is pretty, and I can't wait to fly there now. I'm so excited.
You should be.
And that was well overdue. Over Jewel.
Overdue.
See what you did there.
Oh,
It was well
I wish I was
overdue.
really that funny. Well, no, I'm not. That was just a stutter. Yes, overdue. That was. I didn't know. Actually, that surprised me. I didn't think that they'd go that far as to make moving clouds on Jewel. I thought it was just going to be the panda does look really angry. It's like he's about to.
Are they ever going to add moving clouds on Kerbin?
Well, I was going to lead on to that, but I don't know. Do you think they'd ever get clouds on Kerbin, Lath, and Eve, and perhaps Juna in KSP? Do you think that'll ever be a thing? I'd pay for that.
KSP 2.
I'd pay for that as an expansion.
You
I'd
don't give them
money.
ideas.
No, but I would. That's how much I want them.
I hear you.
They're easy to put in because the mods do it so well, and for very little performance impact as well. Just saying. I'd love to see him. I'd pay money for him.
I mean,
Anyway,
I can't say
in the
I disagree.
meantime, Jewel has moving clouds. And also, on that, Lathe got a high-def retexture as well.
Yep.
So
I feel like there was something else, but I can't remember what.
Lathe got retextured.
Lathe got retextured, yeah, with
Yeah.
Jewel.
Well, I don't remember. Was Moho retextured by the time we did the last episode?
Yeah, wasn't that one of the first ones to get retextured? I don't know. I'm pretty sure Moho's done.
Okay.
You're asking me to go back on previous content, and considering we record these monthly,
Geez, Aki, where is your encyclopedic knowledge of this?
but
It was only meant to be 4 weeks.
it was.
Fair.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm so lacking on my KSP research. Once I get into the game properly, I'll be a better reporter on this stuff
Don't worry.
that the whole podcast is about.
Don't worry, you can suit up after you're back in the UK.
Yeah, once I'm back in the UK, give me a bit more time. I reckon by 2025, I'll be on the board at this rate.
But speaking of suits,
That's
You're
an
on fire
excellent
with these
segue.
segues.
Jeez.
You're
All
on
right.
fire. Yeah, I was about to say, who's ready for some more fun? This is like Sheldon fun with flags, isn't it? Oh, we should have opened with that with the flag decals.
oh, where's my
Ah.
flag? I don't know where my flag is. I'll find it later.
But Kerbal suits.
Yes.
Kerbal suits. Not only do you have different suit options now, but you also have different variants of each suit. And in the modern, would you call it a modern or futuristic one? The Martian.
I think
the
it's labeled as
Martian style suit?
futuristic.
Futuristic.
I think
You can you can have as many color options as you want.
it recolors
You
the
can
lights on them.
customize. It does recolor the lights on them, yeah, and you can have a whole rainbow of Kerbals if you want, or I think was it in Shadow Zone's video, perhaps that you can they're easily identifiable. You can have all your pilots as green, and all of your engineers as blue, and actually you can have the red suits Kerbals as well.
And you can use it just as soon as you do the My Little Pony mod, Matoro.
So pleased you brought that back. Yeah. Imagine how pretty. You can have them all in pink. Pretty pink.
Yeah, just imagine how the My Little Pony
Purples.
look in all those outfits.
Oh, mate, you're going to have so much fun. You have so much fun, my friend.
Those eyes are the eyes of a man who's dead inside from this joke.
He regrets hosting this podcast now.
Just like, God, they'll never let that die, will
What
they?
did I commit to?
And, well, you're the one that wanted to bring this back.
Yeah. I'm glad I did.
Well, I'm kind of glad you did, I suppose.
Yeah.
There's moments of joy.
Because look, really, friendship is magic.
You laughed far too quickly, far too hard there, Red. And mate has got a ponytail. This is just meant to be.
All right, calling my barber.
Hmm.
So anyway,
the
Look,
light up
I was
suits.
going to say, right, the suits, that sounds absolutely awesome because then I can Star Trek everything.
You can, yeah.
It
Yeah,
pleases
just all be
me
red
greatly.
suits. All red suits.
Well,
digi.
yeah, look, they're Kerbals, so realistically, they're inherently red suits. You know. But yeah, I can set them all as different colors, which will be great.
You can,
Just awesome.
and the game remembers the colors you set for each Kerbal as well,
Excellent. That's even
Yeah.
better.
which is nice. So yeah, the suits. That's a really nice thing. I think
it is.
I like that.
You can even make
There's
them
so
a
many
nice...
nice things about this update, isn't there?
Oh yeah. And you know what? You know what else is very nice?
I was setting you up for this. Yes,
Oh yeah. Nice as ice, really.
it is. It's the nth value of ice.
It is.
Because KSP now has comets.
Yep.
It has comets.
And they're big boys.
They are.
Or comment on the comments.
That's it. Yeah, so many segues. So comets have the same mechanics as I've got written right here. Comets have the same mechanics as comets. Because I was clearly on the ball when I was writing this.
Comets have the same mechanics as asteroids, for those wondering out there.
Yeah. So in the game, the comets have the
Wow.
same mechanics as asteroids, but a different appearance. So they don't look the same at all. They have a different appearance. But the comets, more importantly, have tails. And even more important than that, and they have both the tails as well. They have two tails, as comets do. But even more important than that, the comets only get the tails when they approach the sun.
And you can see them from the ground from any body in the system.
You can, and they look like actual comets.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
And when they enter an atmosphere, they break up into smaller pieces.
That's amazing.
And they can be surface sampled as well. You can latch onto them.
I love how they
Which
added
is
a
cool.
smaller claw and then just sized up the stuff you can grab.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the point of the smaller claw is for the ESA stuff, so you
Right.
can have little Dawn and Fillet set up, which is nice, of course.
But yeah, when I'm talking they're big boys, I mean, we all know how the asteroids go up to class E.
Yeah.
I've seen a class G comet.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if
There
that's
you
where
go.
they stop.
I might be sneezing. Hang on.
They're big. Bless you.
It's all the it's all of the hair. Never mind. Well, you all this talk of tails, and all I could think of was ponytails the whole way through it, because it's all been completely ruined for me now.
Well,
Here.
I don't.
Here you go.
There it is. You gotta. Can you dye your hair pink? Would you do that for us? And then do the My Little Pony recustomization Kerbals. I'm guessing that looks a no, but you can only ask. So yeah, KSP now has comets, which
Let's
is
see.
again that's another feature because they used to do this back in the day.
Akinesis,
They used to do it Slowly scrub me out of the podcast. Who will do your editing? Find someone else to do this editing.
Okay, I'll leave
But
it
you
here.
can't.
Yeah, one letter an episode, Aki's name gets shorter and shorter until it's just gone.
No,
Well, if
until
you
it's
stop-
just the
It's
underscore.
just, he was
No,
he was never there. He was never there to begin with. He's always been an underscore. What are you talking about?
Do you know what I did? Off topic.
Oh,
I
boy.
contacted Frontier Developments to change my name in Elite Dangerous.
Oh boy.
So it's So there's no underscore in my Elite Dangerous name anymore because FDev are wonderful,
That must be-
wonderful. Apart from their nerf recently, but that's different topic. Actually, no, I'm not going to complain about the nerf. But it's just anyway.
Well, you know what, Aki? A name change like that is pretty damn quality.
It is. I thought that was nice of them. It was for my own
Oh, I
sanity
just
anyway.
remembered another game
Just
I've been
like,
playing. Not that that's relevant to anything right now. House
Which
Flipper.
is-
Oh yes.
Oh,
I've been playing lots of House Flipper, and for those of you who don't know, if you've got the Apocalypse one where you can build bunkers and stuff, they added a flamethrower to the game. Literally,
Oh.
there's a flamethrower that burns things away. It's not just like a thing that you put on the wall. You fill it with flamethrower fuel, and you go, and everything goes away.
It sounds like you're making a coffee percolator go.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't know the proper sound for a flamethrower.
Sound effects with Red Panda.
But I ran around a house and burnt everything down except the walls. So apparently the walls are flame immune. So.
Well, back to KSP1 anyway.
Sorry,
no,
I
KSP,
did-
KSP, not KSP.
Attribute of apropos of nothing. I just suddenly remembered.
No, it's my fault.
Don't worry, you can
I'll
edit
start
that in
talking about
post.
Elite Dangerous. I'll edit in post. No, I don't edit anymore. I keep everything in.
Lies. You will
Anything
edit it,
goes.
man. You know you will.
Well, you Kerman just come in. Is it you Kerman? So I said that right? Pronounced that right? In chat. You cannot mine the comets.
Yes, right.
What is
yes.
going on with
Oh,
my
sorry.
body? It's like I've swallowed a balloon.
I have a balloon right
I'm
there.
sorry.
No, it's top end.
Do you want me to have some balloons here? I can change my background to balloons.
I can go get Boo Boo.
It'd
Boo
be less
Boo's back there.
intimidating.
Boo Boo the balloon.
Boo Boo's looking a bit sad there. Looks more like Boo Hoo than Boo Boo.
Well, Boo Boo was born back in January. He's nearing the end of his life. I'm sorry.
I think this is
Poor
one of the
Boo-Boo.
weirdest shows we've done.
It's pretty
Are
top
you
quality.
And that's
Sure
saying
of that.
something. That's
Are
saying something.
you sure?
Sound Hoisted Space was kind of weirder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was funny. though.
the problem is that there's been so much going on in the world, and we're all so stressed out that it's hard to really do what we've always done.
Mm.
You know,
mess
all
things
of us
up.
are stressed out. All of us have been working on a lot of things. other than what we normally do, and it's made us all a little bit insane. So and those of us who are already insane, it's really messed with. So there you go.
Yeah, hi. How you doing?
So the fact that we're doing this at all is a good thing, I think. So don't worry about it too much.
And we're on a time limit. We must remember.
Okay.
Yes,
so you cannot mine.
You're gonna be drug off by the police. Was that it? Were you going to be drug off by the police? Digi at 1:11 or something?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's time for his dribble bib to be changed. Right, you have a comment. You cannot mine the comments, apparently. So interesting. I didn't even think about that.
I wonder if you can with the modded stuff that adds more materials.
Perhaps. Because the comments used to be a mod, didn't they? You used to be able to add them in as a mod. I think that was going back some. Whether it's kept current or not, I don't know. But it doesn't matter now because you have them as stock. You have comments as stock.
Right.
And what was the asteroid redirect mission? It was the Sentinel probe, wasn't it?
Yes.
That scans for asteroids. Yeah, that also improves your chances to scanning comets scanning for comets as well.
Correct.
Which is nice that they're still bringing that along as well. So comets, that's yeah. So I mean, come on, comets in KSP now, and Joule has moving clouds. That alone is a good update.
We're really living in the future now.
We are living in the future. What's next?
Yeah,
Wow,
a post-apocalyptic wasteland future, but still, it's a future.
We're edging to Fallout 4 now, aren't we?
Yeah, we really are. Just a few more changes.
And the final point I've got here for KSP, the Shared Horizons update, is lots of performance, quality of life improvements, and over 100 bug fixes.
Well, that line alone, right, really says that this update, it's definitely filled with KS penis.
It is. They've
perhaps you'd like to rephrase that, Digi.
Wow, I didn't pick up on that. I just replayed it in my head.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, do I NASA beat that? Do I just take it out? Do I let him have it?
Whatever the you want at this point.
It's
certainly not the worst that I've done. So.
No, it's to be honest, that's a phrase that's now going to stick with me for the rest of my time of playing KSP. You cannot unhear that once you've heard it, can you?
You're welcome. I'm doing my bit for the community.
How can someone just trash a game like KSP in the manner that Digi does? It just turns it and twists it into new things. Digi has a talent that is beyond this podcast. You're wasted here, Digi. Move on to something else.
Look. I'm glad you guys appreciate it. My wife doesn't think I'm very funny, so it works for me.
To be honest, mine's nervous laughing. That's all mine. It's nervous laughing.
Laughing? I'm getting in so much trouble.
No, it just kind of goes against the nature of the podcast, doesn't it? There's a way that Digi can find it to trash a nice thing.
No. I skirt a very, very, very fine line.
Yeah, well, you do. You bounce across it.
The only problem is that I'm about 6 feet wide. So it's a very, very thin line. I'm just not very good at traversing it.
Yeah. And when I started this podcast, I thought, I can imagine families going on a nice long weekend vacation with a caravan being towed behind them, listening to this kind of show. But no, did you trash that from probably the second or third sentence that you ever spoke in an episode? Yeah.
Yep.
So, well, that's all I have for KSP news. That is the Shared Horizons update. And I think that's enough.
I would agree. It's a good update.
So, next time I will bring Breaking Ground review to the show.
And before next time, we have to cover 111.
Yes.
Because that'll randomly drop in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll just get our heads around this and I'm not going to complain about the frequency updates here.
Yeah, I'm not either.
But wow. If you're a mod user, it's a bad time to be a KSP fan.
I could just imagine for the
or a heavy mod
modders.
user.
Poor Linux Guru Gamer.
I know, I was going to say, yeah. Poor Linux Guru Gamer. If he had any hair, he doesn't now. Should we move on to KSP2 news?
I think
Sure.
it's a good time to move on.
Okay. I don't want to start this. I don't want to start it. No, I will.
Good.
I will.
I haven't watched that first video.
There's been 2 videos. Okay, there's been 2 videos released. Let's start with the latter video, which is the developer 1.5 update working from home. A very nice little video
Oh my god! It
that
made me happy.
it did, yeah. That they put. In fact, let me drop the link here in chat. But for those listening at home, there is a developer 1.5 update, which is called Working from Home. It just gives you an idea of what they've been doing. There's the link in chat. But you got a lot of in-game footage, which was nice to see. A lot of in-game footage. The tutorials look fun, very cartoony, even more cartoony than Kerbal itself. They're looking good. It was just a good video to watch.
I think
nice
my
video to watch.
favorite part of that video is Nate with his kid.
Hang on, which Nate? We had this last episode. I know the difference now.
The creative dude, Nate.
Nate Simpson.
The one that's a teacher.
Yes, him.
I'm bad with names. I'm sorry.
Nate Simpson. We don't have to call it. And the other one's Nate Robertson. Okay, so a very nice little 1.5 update working from home video there to see what they've been doing during the pandemic.
And to both Nates, if you ever listen to this, I'm sorry. I'm horrible with names.
Oh no, I apologize as well. You know, for a show that is exclusive to a particular game, we're really rubbish. and Red just clearly accepts that.
Red, you're wonderful.
I don't apologize. Not my fault.
The other video was of Nate Robertson and Nate Simpson with their private division announcement, which is a nice little segue for me to talk about the next thing.
You're asking me to talk about something I read 2 months ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good luck.
Well, yeah, so private division's no more.
No, it is. Star Theory is no more.
Sorry. Star Theory is no more. My brain's melting. But yes, no, Star Theory is no more. I don't think did they give... I think it's Interceptor Games, is it now?
Oh, I kept it open so that I could tell you I've closed it. Because that's how I prepare things.
Yeah, we're so prepared today. We're doing good, y'all. Trust us.
Oh, this is so clunky, this episode, isn't it?
This whole year's clunky, we can put it that way.
Yeah. It's Intercept. Oh,
Interceptor.
So,
Star Theory's employees all gone.
Intercept Games.
Intercept.
How easy was that?
A lot of them poached by.
Yeah.
Private division.
Yeah. I don't know how much we should talk about this, but the point is...
I mean, look, everything associated with the next conversation comes with the term allegedly.
Yes.
Yeah. This can only be speculative, really. But
these are the reports. This is what's coming out of places like Bloomberg, for example.
Mm.
Yep.
So, yeah.
The short of it is, Star Theory is no more. Intercept Games, which was formed by Private Division, whereas Star Theory was contracted by Private Division. But Intercept Games is now developing KSP, and they have the majority of the staff now employed under Private Division rather than Star Theory. There's a whole lot more to it than that.
Look, the reality is,
and it's an ethical discussion.
look, all ethics and everything aside, it pretty much, well, because Star Theory was so heavily involved in the development of KSP, and that was such a huge part of their business, it basically caused them to fold. So that's all there is to it.
Gee, if only we had someone who was a lawyer and had a degree in, well, never mind. Guess we don't.
Yeah.
Philosophy, I was going to say.
We have a panda.
We have a panda instead, yeah. And what does the panda think?
Yeah, I mean, look, is it legal? Yeah, probably. Is it normal? Yeah, probably. Is it nice? No, but business very rarely is nice.
Business is brutal.
So, long story short, my guess is that A wanted something, B didn't want to give that something. They tried to negotiate. B decided that it would be easier just to ignore A and go get it themselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I've seen happen many times.
That appears to be what happened to me, from my reading on the situation. If you put it as simply as that, then there you are. Were certain elements perhaps handled poorly? Perhaps, but we don't know all the details.
Correct.
We just have secondhand information. Maybe things were handled very poorly. Maybe they were handled just fine. Certainly some people got very upset, but then again, some people wanted something and they didn't get it. So those people are going to be upset. And what does that mean? So just understand that things happened and the game's still being made.
Correct. And as a player, should I let this drama behind the scenes prevent me from playing a game that I probably will enjoy greatly? That's a decision everyone has to make for themselves, but probably not in this case. Right.
I mean, it's not like some of the game developers. I mean, this is business. I've heard some things that were not business have gone on that make me not want to buy other companies' games. That's not what this is. So, that's just, my take on it. But all of that goes with the caveat, we don't know all the details.
Correct.
Yeah,
All we really know
entirely.
is the time frame at which it happened, if it did. Allegedly.
And yeah, chat's coming in as well. Draconite streams. Having
Which-
lived through these exact sort of deals, I can't say what happened for sure, but in short, it's very unlikely to be as bad as people are describing it. I mean, the forums exploded. And not just the forums, all the news articles and comments that went with them.
Reddit had a meltdown.
Yes. It was, we're not buying KSP2, blah, blah, blah. We're not doing it. But, as a player of the game and a fan of the game, it doesn't affect me or anyone else. You're still going to get the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority of the original team are still working on the game. So the ideas and the talent and everything that was going into KSP2 will continue just as it was, pretty much.
Right. And
So from a gamer's, or I should say from a customer's point of view, nothing's really going to change. It's whether you want to get bogged down, probably, in the ethics of how it was all handled. And no one knows for sure how it was all handled.
Right.
And no one will ever really find out either. Unless you get a really disgruntled employee that gets...
And I mean, we're talking about something that happened 6 months ago at this point.
It was a long time ago. But it does explain the silence that we were experiencing with the... Yeah, because we knew that there was a new studio being formed. We just really didn't know why. And why also there was a lack of news. Well, we've got our answer.
Yep. But so supposedly they've been hard at work since about January on this, on the game, so...
Yeah, and the amount, and if you go back to that Developer 1.5 update working from home video, there's so much game footage. It's definitely worth a watch. It doesn't really tell you anything in terms of features or whatnot, but it does give you a good look at the game as it is at the moment.
At this point, it's some nice eye candy to
It is.
intrigue people.
yeah, it's recapturing people's interest.
And hitting you in the feels with the devs and their families and kids.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
From a critique standpoint right now, well done.
Look, all I'm gonna say on this whole poaching thing that's being talked about. Look, I've worked in corporate for a long time now, and the honest reality is that if you have all of these ethics that are set as your bar of whether you're going to support a company or not, you should just stop buying anything.
Well, even even KSP had its...
Yeah, even KSP had its
ethical issues.
Oh, God, if you go into the
100%.
history of Squad, ooh, that's a bucket of...
Their turnover of stuff.
Because the reality is that Squad originally was an advertising company. So, it was not a game development studio. And the history there, it's like, well, if you're going to hold this to account and say, no, this wasn't good enough, well, there's a lot more that goes on that is really not good enough in comparison. And trust me, I'm a pretty left-wing sort of guy, so I'm up for supporting everyone and being very protective of other people rather than and focusing on the ethics and all of that. And even I will sit back and just say, yeah, mate, trust me, it's not this is nothing. This is a drop in the ocean compared to what we've seen time and time and time and time again across every single industry globally. So I wouldn't be holding people to account for this. It's business. That's all there is to it.
Corporates do pretty scummy things, so.
And it was very unfortunate timing for Star Theory as well, because that all happened just as the pandemic was kicking off.
Yep. Just about a month before it really exploded.
Yeah. So from what I was reading, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but Star Theory were pitching, they're struggling, or they were struggling, because it was a hard time to get new contracts because of the pandemic and everything. It was just super unfortunate timing. It was brutal, but if you're not going to play KSP 2 for the reasons that because you disagree with what you're reading in the news, then you probably shouldn't play KSP either, because they went through
a large number of other games.
Well, yeah, but
100%.
Yes, indeed. Let's not get bogged down with that, though.
We could dedicate an entire episode
I
to
could
KSP.
name a couple off the top of my head straight away that are totally different companies. So at the end of the day, this is drop in the ocean sort of stuff. But let's move on.
And it's polarizing chat as well.
Yeah, let's keep things nice and calm here. So, moving on from that contentious topic. That's what's going on.
That's all the KSP 2 news. Yeah, that's all the KSP 2 news there is. Watch the Developer 1.5 video.
Yeah,
that's
watch that and smile because it's happy.
Yeah, and there's some good, very, very good eye candy, as Matoro put it.
Noswolf, I like turtles.
I like turtles. There's nothing else to say on KSP 2, so we can move on.
So, I want to say something about that dev video, because if you watch the dev video, it slowly segues into something. Guess what? We got a segue here.
You've engineered this, haven't you?
I promise I did.
Time on the script.
Wait, you mean it stands upright on a mechanical device and thrusts?
So ignoring him, look, Aki, I just gotta say.
How do you do this?
I just gotta say, this is all a happy accident.
Oh,
look, it's Bubbling Bob.
But no, so if you watch the dev video, it eventually gets to the dev team watching the live streams and coverage of Demo Mission 2, which took place on May 30th. And if you don't know what Demo 2 is and have been living under a rock, guess what? American astronauts on an American rocket from American soil for the first time in, I believe, 9 years. Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken rode in the Dragon 2 spacecraft, which they eventually named Endeavour, to the ISS and are still up there right now. But they are planned to come back no earlier than, I believe Jim posted today, it was Jim Bridenstine, by the way, no earlier than August 2nd.
Because you're on first name terms, of course.
I met him.
Old Jimmy.
Old Jimmy
My
boy.
mate Jimmy.
Old Jimmy boy.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going? How's it going, mate? It's good to
Well,
see you again.
they shouldn't rush back, should they? It's not so fun down here,
Yeah.
especially in America.
Yeah, but the sooner they get back, the sooner that we can launch Crew 1. So that'll be
How long are
exciting.
they up there for?
Who, Bob and Doug? Or,
Yeah.
Or Crew 1. So Bob and Doug will have been up there for...
Bob and Doug.
Bob and Doug will have been up there for... May, June, 3 months?
3 months.
By the time they come back, if they come back on the 2nd. So
2nd of August, that is.
Yes, 2nd of August.
Yeah, okay. This year.
Yes. And I didn't put it in the notes, but I want to say Jim Bridenstine, yes, old Jimmy boy, tweeted that
Jim.
it was a few weeks ago, but somebody in the NASA sphere tweeted that if all goes well, they're looking to launch Crew 1 4 to 5 weeks after Bob and Doug return.
Oh, they're not hanging around then.
No, they're ready to go. In fact, the booster for Crew 1 is there. It arrived on the 14th, so about 4 days ago.
Is that a reused one or is that a fresh one?
I believe it's a new one.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'd need a couple of them on hand, really.
Yeah. And just nothing to do with DM2, but SpaceX just announced right before we started this episode that Anasis 2, the next Falcon launch, which is now scheduled for Monday. It's scheduled to go Monday, and I believe this is going to break a record for turnaround. There was a 54-day turnaround for Atlantis between, oh Lord, I think it was Chris G that posted. I'm pretty sure it was one of the Chris's.
Wow.
That posted. Yes, look.
Like one of the Nates.
It was one of the Chris's that posted it, but there was a
Chris.
There was a 54-day turnaround on between two Atlantis missions in, I think it was 2009. This is going to beat that if I'm right. It was supposed to launch a few days ago, but it got pushed for some, I think, stage 2 mechanical reasons. There was 2 Falcon launches that got pushed. I can't remember if it was that one or the Starlink one that got pushed for stage 2. But exciting times.
For rocketry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for your segue. So you have to come up with a segue here.
Okay. Well, all right. It's exciting times for rocketry, for KSP with everything that came in the 1.10 update, like comets. Oh, and guess what? There's a comet out there too.
You're almost as good as Linus Tech Tips sponsor Segways. I've got to say.
So I didn't put anything in the notes for this, but yeah. So there's a comet out there right now. I don't know how how visible it is from the southern hemisphere right now, but in the northern,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't been looking.
But yeah. So I think I mentioned. I don't remember if this was before we started in the call.
Oh, do you know what is fun looking at from the southern hemisphere?
What?
It's Alpha Centauri.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's about all the southern hemisphere's got, really.
but yeah, no. So Comet NEOWISE, which is named for the satellite that discovered it. You can look up the acronym. I'm being lazy.
Of course, it's an acronym.
It was discovered it was either February or March, and it was on approach to the sun. It's past its perihelion is it perihelion? I think it's perihelion. There's a lot of I think today. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared, but
I think you're right.
We do think. We think here.
We speculate a lot and guess.
Yeah.
And clunk through.
But anyway, the point is the comet is now it's already passed its closest approach to the sun. On July 22nd, it will make its closest approach to Earth, which I believe is around 140 million miles, roughly, give or take. So it's gonna be. It's been a show as is. If you just go to Twitter,
have you seen it?
Okay, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Wish you hadn't asked me that. But anyway, yeah, no. If you go to Twitter and look up, just search Comet NEOWISE, all caps, NEOWISE. The astrophotographers out there have done insanely incredible jobs at capturing it, and some in the northern reaches of the northern hemisphere have even gotten it with the aurora borealis, and it's
Nice.
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
So the problem with
At this
NEOWISE,
time of year,
yeah, it's
contained entirely within your kitchen. May I see it?
I lost that thought. You
I'm shutting up now.
asshole.
I actually fly back on the 22nd. That's when my plane leaves
Nice.
to go take me back to the UK. So,
So
I'll look
you'll-
out my plane window.
You'll be in the
I
northern
bet.
hemisphere. You'll get to see it at the tail end. You'll probably need binoculars, which is that's where I was going with that. So it's out there now, but as I said, it's moving further and further away from the sun, so it's dimming each night. It was originally visible in the early morning hours, but as of I think the 12th. It was either the 11th or the 12th. It switched to the evening sky, so now it's visible over there. In about the northwest hemisphere, roughly 10 to 20 degrees off the horizon. So if you look out there with some binoculars, you might be able to see it after sunrise. Or sorry, sunrise? Sunset.
So that's a bad idea with binoculars.
Yeah, no.
I'll
After
never see anything again.
after sunset, go out there with a pair of binoculars for the next few days. Okay, well, by the time this episode's up, you're out of luck, but for those listening now, yeah, you can go out there and see it with binoculars because it's pretty dim. But yeah, I went looking for it in the early mornings last week. I woke up at 4 like 3 days in a row, and the first 2 days completely overcast. Third day, made it up, went out to the side of a field just a few miles away. Didn't see it.
For what reason?
I don't know. I just couldn't.
Stood
I
too
couldn't
close to
spot
a
it.
tree.
I think it was too dim,
Okay.
or I was looking in the wrong
I
part of
am
the sky.
not.
But you know what wasn't dim? The cop who stopped to ask why I was sitting on the side of the road looking at the sky.
Oh, really? I thought you were going to do another really bad segue.
No.
But okay.
No.
Are you lost, little boy?
But yeah, that happened. So, yeah, no, I didn't see it. It was now that I'm thinking back, I think I may have seen it. I just couldn't figure it out because the tail is super dim at this point. Or
Oh,
it
so
was.
this might look
It
more
was
like
on
a
that
star.
day. Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Hmm.
I remember seeing Halley's Comet.
When was it? It was the 80s, wasn't it? It passed last.
86.
Last passed.
86.
86.
I believe it was 86, right? 86.
That sounds
Yeah,
right.
86.
I-
And my brother had a telescope, not a professional style one. He's on, we were both kids, but it was something he had gotten for Christmas. It was a pretty good one. And we all went out at night to go look at it, and we could see it, and it was pretty incredible.
Last time it was here was 1986.
There you go.
And
I
It's projected to return in 2061.
there you go.
I will probably not be alive when it comes back. So
Yeah, I think
Don't sell yourself short.
I think we
Red.
have a better chance of seeing Halley's Comet again rather than seeing NEOWISE again.
well, when's the next time that's coming back?
Like 6,000 years from now.
Exactly. So
That's a hell of an orbit.
Yeah.
Well, we might be able to upload our brains to computers and then,
what?
I don't know where I was going.
Hey, I'm a computer. Stop all the
Then I'll still
downloading.
be dead, but my copied consciousness will.
Yeah, I better see it.
Oh boy. Well, that's about all there we have to cover on NEOWISE.
I am going to give you the acronym on the
Please do.
NEOSM. NEOSM was Near Earth Object Surveillance Mission. So the NEO part of NEOWISE is Near Earth Object. But I can't find the rest of it.
It was
WISE
here
part.
it is. I got it. Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer.
There you go. There you go. Pretty cool.
And it's
Well, just
a
on the-
gorgeous comet too.
Just on the subject of probes, James Webb Space Telescope's going through final testing.
That got delayed again.
Oh, good. Okay, well, I'll cut that out.
Well, no, it's space news. So it's now due to launch on Halloween in 2021.
Okay.
Yep.
Wasn't the original
2021?
launch date 2018? Or was it even before then?
I don't even remember anymore.
Does
Yeah, let's
anybody
not- let's not
remember?
get bogged down. Hey, let's not rush these things. Okay.
Well, considering they won't be able to go out and get it, if something goes wrong, yeah, let's not.
Yeah, no, this thing
Yeah,
needs to go
fine, yeah.
perfect.
I mean, it's not like Hubble where you were able to go do a repair mission.
No.
Which is like,
indeed.
that didn't work. Let's just send a shuttle. Funny
No,
about that.
Even if we had a shuttle, it still wouldn't work
Right.
because of where it's going to be.
Is
The
Oh, yeah.
Lagrange.
Yeah, it's
point.
gonna
Yeah.
be a-
Lagrange point, yeah.
way out there.
Yeah. Well, things like that just.
Never mind.
Okay. You done?
Sorry, you mentioned Lagrange. So.
Oh, right.
And look, we've all got the beards to fit. and even our panda. He's the one without a
See?
beard. He's the
He
drummer.
is, but he's still
He's the
hairy.
drummer. Done.
And he's sniffing embers.
Hey, now.
Hey, you're the one that's in the dark chamber of doom.
I don't know. You guys look, well, other than Aki, you all look like to be in dark chambers of doom over there.
Mine's nice and bright
Okay, fine.
because I have no studio, basically. So thanks for pointing that out.
Still looks pretty dark.
Look, what Aki's trying to say is he doesn't have to compensate.
Good
With a
lord.
face like this, why
I'm
would you?
sorry, glaring at me is not going to work.
So,
Matoro.
let's spin this along and move to Aki's fastest spinning object in the universe.
Oh, I was going to do a better segue. Oh, I thought I had a moment. So,
I'm
You
sorry,
spin
all
I'm
this,
sorry.
all
right
this,
round, baby, right round.
I'll dial it back.
Is that better segue?
all this talk of comets and probes has got my head spinning. But hey, do you want to know what else is spinny? My next subject.
Oh.
Well done.
Yes, I'm not going anywhere.
No, you're going to the UK.
Leave, Aki.
Yeah.
Please leave the jokes to me.
I'll just get on with my editing.
They may make people uncomfortable, but I don't think people cringe that much.
They don't turn the show off. Yeah. The average listening time for the Boosters and Space Take podcast is when Aki starts talking.
This explains so much.
So no, really though, moving things along because I believe we
Yeah,
are on a
okay.
time limit today.
I thought I have a little bit of fun, and I don't know if any of you guys have read this, and I'm kind of hoping you haven't because you're about to trash my fun if you have. The fastest measured spinning object in RPM.
Yeah,
The
go on.
silence and blank faces this has excited me now, so I don't think you've seen it then.
No.
So scientists at Purdue University suspended a dumbbell-shaped silica nanoparticle with light in a vacuum and used a I don't know what I was writing here. And used a laser, apparently, to spin the object. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say laser.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you mean laser.
Yeah, I do. The object is hoped to have reached enough RPM to be used to measure and investigate quantum effects such as vacuum friction. But how fast is the fastest measured spinning object in RPM?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. So I thought we'd have a little bit of fun here because that's what I'm all about. And Do you know how fast the second hand of a clock spins in RPM? Funny
Go
enough,
on.
it's 1 RPM.
1 revolution per minute. Makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
That's a trick question, you bastard.
It is a trick question.
Why do you confuse me like this?
Yes, I just wondered if you could guess how fast the fastest measured spinning object is.
Should we
Well,
take
I'm
guesses?
gonna guess that it's a pulsar.
Well, I can. Let's see. So a washing machine typically spins at 500 to 2000 RPM. And for those listening at home, RPM is revolutions per minute. A car engine.
Hard drives are, 5,400 revolutions per minute.
To 7200, aren't they?
7,200 is certainly the higher performance
For a
models.
spinny
But
disk
your
hard
average
drive?
ones, your average blues are about, 5,400.
Are we looking for the fastest natural spinning object or the fastest man-made spinning object?
Just the fastest measured spinning object. So that's a combination of natural and man-made. Just to make it even more interesting. A car engine idle speed typically spins 750 to 900 RPM. A car engine or piston aeroplane engine at cruise, 2 to 3,000 RPM. A car engine rev limiter is generally between 4,500 to 10,000 RPM, depending if it's diesel or petrol. Or if you go for an F1 car, has a limited RPM of 15,000. Here we go. Now we're jumping it up.
We talked about this object. I assume that's what you're going to say is the fastest.
Yeah, so I'm just going through a list here, and then I want you to guess as to how fast this has been measured at.
Okay.
The silica nanoparticle, the fastest known pulsar star. Here we go, Red. Do you know how fast a millisecond pulsar star spins at? The fastest measured.
No clue.
Considering these are about, what are they usually about 20 kilometers across in diameter?
Something like that.
43,000 RPM is the fastest measured spinning pulsar.
Just think how fast that surface must be moving in order to rotate the whole thing that fast.
Incredible speeds. You wouldn't want to be, actually, you might want to be stood on it because you'd weigh very little.
No, you'd weigh a lot.
You would actually, wouldn't you?
Yes, that's otherwise it wouldn't be a neutron star.
But not as
That's almost as good as smelling things.
But you wouldn't weigh as much if you stood on the equator compared to the pole of that star. Fact.
You'd weigh the exact same, but you'd also have centrifugal force trying to fling you off. But
Well,
you
that's what
wouldn't-
you'd have the same. Yeah. Oh,
I
shut up.
wonder
I'm trying to be
what-
clever here, Red. You're just trusting it.
I wonder what it would sound like.
Yeah, there you go.
The rush of vacuum in your ears, yeah.
Exactly.
A gas turbine engine of a typical airliner will spin at over 100,000 RPM.
Really?
That's pretty fast. We're getting
Wow.
fast.
Pretty quick.
It's pretty quick. Anyone want to hazard a guess as to how fast a turbocharger spins?
No.
80,000 to 200,000 RPM
Far out.
on a typical turbocharger. Modern air turbine dental drills,
Oh yeah.
800,000 RPM.
What?
So,
No wonder that hurts.
Actually, the faster it goes, the less it hurts, but that's okay.
I beg to differ.
Really? You want to try one of the old pedal ones?
Oh no.
I've had fillings without anesthetic. I don't think it matters.
Because they have to put a lot more pressure down.
It still hurts, Red.
we are talking about dentistry here, by the way, for the listeners.
I was going to say,
Oh.
I've had severe dentistry. Believe me, I know.
The faster it goes, the less it hurts.
I'm gonna say 43 million. RPM.
So, okay, all right,
That's
let's
my
get- let's-
guess.
let's
That
guess.
is my guess.
Your guess for the silicon nanoparticle is 43 million
43 million.
RPM.
All right.
No, that can't be right. It's got to be much faster than that.
What's your guess,
What are you
mate?
guessing, Matoro?
3,233,462.
I was going to say something closer to like 10 billion.
Oh, I'm admiring your accuracy there, Matoro.
I like pulling numbers out of my butt.
I mean, it's got to be a
What are you
huge-
eating?
Look,
Stop eating maths books.
the key here is how small it is, because the larger something is, the further the surface has to go while it's rotating. So being as small as it is, it's going to be able to rotate faster. So my guess is that we're talking major factors of improvement. I'm guessing around 10 billion.
See, my well, Mork is going with 10 billion and one.
Well, there you go. You know, it's people like you that run
It's like,
that show.
it's like, what is this? The Price is Right. Come on. Look, my thought is that there is some limitation in physics. So
Well, you're right, because the edge couldn't spin faster than the speed of light.
Speed of
Well,
light.
that's exactly right.
Yeah, I can't visualize what the speed of light would be in this case, so I'm just guessing 10 billion.
Well, I'll give you the next thing on the list. Okay. So the fastest man-made object is a calcium sphere, and it's a particle, not a nanoparticle, I believe. And that had an RPM of 600 million.
Damn, I lost.
Oh, well, I'm out.
So do you want to re-guess? Because the next one,
All right,
I'll give you.
43 billion then.
What did Red go with?
I don't know. what's the
Originally, I
speed of
said
light?
10 billion, but I'd like to raise it now.
What is the speed of light? The speed of
Astronic.
light.
Price is right. Music intensifies.
Speed of light is 299 million meters per second.
Yeah, it's about 300,000 kilometers a second. Speed of light. Which black holes, I think it has to be a theory, can spin up to 60% of the speed of light.
Wow.
So anyway, yeah, if you're welcome to re-guess, of course. So man-made calcium sphere, as far as my meager research goes, prior to this silicon nanoparticle, was the fastest spinning object, measured object, at 600 million RPM. So what is your new guess for the silicon nanoparticle? Digi's going to 43 billion
43 billion is where I'm going.
RPM.
6,900,000,900 million. Sorry.
I would need to figure out the difference in size between a particle and a nanoparticle. I don't know what they mean by a nanoparticle in this context.
Take a stab. Take a stab, Red.
He's going to get his whiteboards and markers out now and start doing some heavy maths.
What was your guess, Matoro?
6,900,000,000.
I'd already said 10 billion, so I'm already higher than that. What do you say, Digi?
I said 43 billion.
I'm going to raise it to 100 billion.
Red would be the closest, but times
Oh.
it by 3, Red.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
What?
300 billion RPM.
Okay, so I was only off by a factor of 30 for my first guess.
Wow.
Well, you know, that's only one order of magnitude.
Wow.
It would be interesting to know what the edge of the particle is, the speed of the edge, the speed of the particle at its edge. It would be interesting to know that. It'd probably be
Because-
something quite disappointing, but still 300 billion RPM.
That's insane.
This is in a vacuum, right?
It is in a vacuum, suspended in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Complete
be.
vacuum or as close to a vacuum as we can get.
Well,
The
it was
reason
done on
why I
Earth, so-
The reason why I ask is because if there was even the slightest amount of friction, could you imagine how hot that would get?
Mm.
Well, actually, I imagine even with the vacuum, the object itself got hot because
Well,
of the
true.
vibration.
Vibration, yeah. Just wow.
That's
Your washing would be dry if a washing machine.
Wouldn't be
need for
much of
tumble
it
dryers.
left.
Well, gee, I suppose so.
Cling on
Just
to
like,
that.
hang on, I'm about to put the washing on. It's done.
Of course, all of your clothes are now a thin paste, but still.
That's all right. You can still smear it on over your body, couldn't you?
Oh.
Ah. It's just like, I'm just putting my clothes on. It's fine.
What party are you going to? No, just work.
Hey, be careful. I hear some Twitch streamers have been banned for body painting stuff, so, you know.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, look.
That's
Look.
something for another podcast. Oh.
Emerald. Emerald just said magnetic suspension, I'd assume. It was suspended by laser, so it was suspended by light. And spun by light as well.
Laser.
And also measure, what can't you do with lasers? I mean, lasers just seem to do everything, man. So,
You can-
My mind is
not.
melting.
yeah.
I'm sorry, you just
It's
blew it out the
lasers.
water with 300 billion.
And they're
it's the
hoping to
lasers.
use this to measure the effects of quantum mechanics or start delving into quantum mechanics.
Please, let's not talk about the dual slit experiments. I will freaking go crazy.
The electrons.
And the photons.
Which
and all
path
other
does it take?
things. Is it a
Ah.
particle? Is it a
Which-
wave?
which
Don't.
path?
Please don't. No, stop.
So should we make this episode, this segment history?
Sure, sounds good.
Cool,
Oh,
because there's
so
no
slow on the
Red's
uptake
History
today.
Corner this month, but we do
No,
have
I
some.
wasn't able to scrap it together.
That's totally okay. It's been a crazy year. Well, crazy 2 months.
And to think, it's only July.
Yeah, this was the same year that Australia was on fire. That happened this year.
Yeah, that
It's
was
still
this year.
still in that year.
You know,
Same here.
if the other things hadn't happened, that'd probably be one of the biggest stories of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The rest of the
And
year was
then-
like holding my beer.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just escalated from there.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Like some guy, he ate a bat and that gave us all a disease, and Ozzy Osbourne stood back and went, "What the fuck?"
Oh, there's your NASA beep.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, you know what? Here's your history corner for this month. Look at the past 6 months. There, it'll be in a history book. I'm almost
Yeah.
certain.
No, I think they're going to write this one out of history.
I wouldn't blame them. Write
No
it
one
out,
to
but
use
you
it
can
on the
write
right
on
and
in
the other
questions
cheek.
to us because guess what? We have some stuff from listeners.
Wow, again.
I know.
That's
I'm
2
on top of
episodes
my
in a row.
game today. Let's go.
That's a great segue.
Thank you. I thought so.
Well done. The other ones, they weren't so great, but that's
Ah,
okay.
they needed
That
work.
one's good.
They were all leading to this one.
They were a really good segue into this one. Everything through the entire podcast has worked up to this. We did our intros, and then everything else was a segue.
Hey,
That's the title for this episode. Segway.
do you know what else is leading into things?
Oh.
Digi's appointment in 20 minutes.
Yes.
Oh yes. Yes, so I suppose we should move this along.
Ask
So
the
Aki,
questions already.
Let's
Would
do
you-
it.
would
Let's
you-
do it. I'm sorry. I have to go. I have to speak to an accountant. I'm sorry.
look,
This
it's
is good.
understandable. All right, so Aki, if you want to start with that tweet,
What?
oh, you're supposed to be
hang on.
prepared here. I put
Am
my
I?
stuff
I
on
didn't-
this section.
I didn't know I was involved in this.
You're making me do things. This isn't what I agreed to.
I'll just carry the whole show, shall I?
Sure.
Please.
And
Someone
then
has
edit
to.
it. Oh, so Supe. No, yes, JD the Hutt. That's a familiar name from Boosters and Space Tape that's now carried into Boosters and Space Tape relaunched. Welcome to Boosters and Space Tape relaunched, JD the Hutt. At Boosters and Space Tape, just realised you're back and very pleased about that. We're not. I am very excited for KSP 2
Don't let him
as
lie to
well. But I'm a Linux player, so hopefully they don't forget us. Have any of you played the High Frontier board game? Edition 4 out soon, and I can't wait.
I've never heard of it.
I love board games. I don't know what that is. I need to look this up.
But this is all for you, Digi. We just need some lift music. Why you make me read out a tweet and you're not even prepared to answer it?
Oh, excuse
oh my
me.
god, this looks amazing. This looks amazing. This looks like Stellaris in
Tell
a
us
board
what you
game.
see. Tell us, describe it to us, Digi.
It's Stellaris in a board game.
Oh, you just did.
It looks incredible, except it probably is
God,
just
it
a
does.
single solar system. But wow,
Oh my! Oh, that board is massive.
Okay,
That's
I
like
need
the
to look
size
it
of
up
a
now.
table.
hang on. What is the price tag on this game? Playing time, anywhere up to 4 hours. Okay, that sounds
That's
reasonable.
not bad.
That sounds reasonable.
Sounds like Monopoly.
It's got good reviews.
What's the Amazon price? Let's have a look here.
Excuse me.
Amazon.com. Oh, come
While
on.
you're searching, I shall read things. So read things. So High Frontier 3rd Edition is a space exploration game by Phil Eklund. The players take control of different space enterprises, trying to establish factories on planets and asteroids. Each player begins with 3 water tanks of fuel. In turn, each player uses 2 action points to do some of the 8 actions available. Example, move ship or buy new technologies. When the predetermined number of bases is built, the game ends. The winner is the player with the most victory points.
Okay, I
This
need to
thing
find
looks
where to get
amazing.
this.
This game, for people asking in chat, is called High Frontier. High as in H-I-G-H, not hello.
JD, I just want to say this. Thank you for telling us about this.
It was
If only I had
oh,
friends to play it with. I have to go online for friends.
This is there's some Kickstarter action. Holy moly! Hang on.
And for those in chat wondering what we're talking about, it was mentioned this is the board game called High Frontier, which basically looks like Stellaris in a board game.
I want this.
There's a colonization expansion as well.
And wow, this is really cool. This is really cool. I need this, I think.
This does look like it belongs in Digi's collection, actually.
It does.
It really
Looks like a
does.
Digi game.
Yeah,
Well, I think we'll report back on this
Yeah.
because I wouldn't surprise if this is in Digi's cart now.
It's totally in my wheelhouse.
I looked
Really
it up.
is.
I looked it up as well, and it looks like it's available in Tabletop Simulator 2.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Intriguing. Well, we'll definitely get back to you on that, but
Yeah.
to keep this moving along, though.
There's a link in chat.
Yes, there you go, Aki. Thank you. But to keep this moving along, we also had it wasn't necessarily submitted directly for the podcast, but I was streaming last month on June 13th, and one of the folks in my chat was asking very interesting hypothetical questions, and this one really stuck out to me. So when I was live, then Ninja 24 asked if you could go back in time to watch or ride in any launch ever, which one would you go to and why?
Moon landing, straight out. Like the great unifying moment of the world basically was the moon landing, and the sheer experience of it in Australia in particular it was just enormous. So yeah, that in a heartbeat.
And do you know what?
I've had my dad tell me stories about watching it, and holy crap, what an event that was.
I'd go on the later moon landings as well, because by the end of it, they were staying on the moon for 3 days and had a rover.
Yeah.
It was like a mini holiday, a break. Whereas I think the first Apollo 11, they were only on the moon for, was it 12 or 20 minutes? Wasn't long.
Yeah, not long at all.
The actual moonwalk itself. So go at the end, you get a few days there.
Yeah, the moonwalk itself wasn't extended, but they were actually on the surface for multiple hours.
Yeah, no, the actual moonwalking, it wasn't very long at all. But hang on a minute. So could we ride, as in be one with the vehicle, or actually in person? Because I'd love to be a Voyager probe.
You see, I think the context of the question was, given the questions that followed it, was actually riding along with it, or on it.
Yeah, well, I can cling to the magnetometer boom of the Voyager probe, Voyager 2 specifically, because that went to the ice giants as well.
Oh, you mean ride along?
I'm really hungry, but I'd love to be there. Do you know what I mean? And it's in interstellar space now.
If you wanted to ride along with something, like, I would totally say New Horizons, because the damn thing was powered by a PlayStation. So, provided I can download games, we're fine. We're fine. I'll just strap in and sit there. Yeah.
Hey, you have a good game library for the PS2.
Exactly.
Red, did you have a particular launch in mind?
Or would you be the Galileo probe that descended Jupiter's clouds? Or would you be the Cassini-Huygens probe that landed on Titan?
No.
So many choices.
Oh, the probe itself, yeah.
Depends if you can if you're allowed to physically.
Wait. Hold on. Any probe.
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Yes,
but let's go for any probe. If it's one you had to be there, definitely one of the later moon landings for me. Or if you just cling on to the probe.
Opportunity.
Because of 13 years of roving the Martian surface.
14
years of roving the Martian surface.
Thank you for the correction.
You see, I'm a bit torn on this question. I sat there for probably a good 20 to 30 minutes just thinking about it. And now that you've said riding along, I never considered that at the time, but riding along?
Welcome to my head.
Riding along, STS-1.
I just love the idea of roaming the Mars landscape and exploring and looking around.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I just love that idea. So, just explaining my.
But you've got such a sad ending. Not to ruin the ending, but you got such a sad ending. Spoiler alert.
It's not sad.
It's getting dark and my battery is low.
Oh.
It was supposed to last 90 days.
Yeah, I know that given.
That'd be like a dude lasting to 1,000 years, basically.
Yes. and then when he dies, you go, "Oh, that's sad." No, he lived 1,000 years.
If my last words were, "It's getting dark and my battery is low," I would expect people to cry at that. That's.
I'm just saying.
It's like there's some sort of android movie here going on, and you've got the dramatic music going on in the background, and that's the final scene is just the death of this android. Now, if no one puts this into a film, they're not doing film writing properly because it's so depressing. It doesn't matter how long it lived and how much it did. That's really dramatic. I need this in my life now. I need a good cry.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I'm surprised none of you said, for just watching a launch, I'm surprised none of you said what I would pick. Apollo 13.
I do not want to be along for the ride of Apollo 13.
No, watching it launch. Watching the launch.
Watching the launch,
so
sure.
you can belly laugh and point as they go up. You guys don't
I
know.
know what's gonna happen. I
But being
wouldn't want
the,
to be along for
Don't
that
stir
ride.
those tanks. Oh, you stirred the tanks.
It made me feel sad too, but you just got to remember how long it lasted, guys.
What, Apollo 13?
no, he's talking
No,
about the
not
rover.
Too long. Well, for the people in, well, for everyone, I suppose.
I'm just glad no one brought up Challenger. Oh wait.
Oh no, you can't go there.
All right.
You can't go there.
It had to be done. I'm
No, it
sorry.
didn't.
I had
No,
someone
it
had
don't
to do it.
have to be done.
Someone had to be that level of asshole.
Oh, well,
I'm
it could
glad it
only
was
been
me.
you. It could only have been you.
Exactly. Totally on brand.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyway,
All
yeah,
right.
it's a fun question to think about, though.
It
There-
is.
There's
It is.
so much history you could have the chance to go and witness.
If you could just be more specific, Ninja 24, you could do us a favor.
They were very open-ended questions.
Sorry, TikTok.
TikTok, yeah.
But yeah, to those of you listening out there, feel free to reach out to us and let us know what launch you would like to ride along with or go and watch. Because there's there's so much history out there. You're gonna have a hard time choosing.
I still like my answer.
Your answer's a good one.
Are we just silent because of the
That's where you put
it's getting
dramatic
dark
music
and
in.
I'm going to sleep? No, it's getting dark.
And
My battery is low.
low. Yeah.
Well, you know what else's battery's
just
getting
stuck.
low? This podcast.
Ours. Time to call it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's time to do the wrap up thing. Do Red, Aki, I know Digi has to run off, but do you two want to do an after party, or should we just wrap it up for the evening after the outro?
I need to wrap it up.
Fair enough.
I've got to go out. I've got to do stuff. I've got to pack.
Episode 6. Maybe an after party then. But anyway. Where cursor? Just go over to that monitor. Thank you. Monitor. The monitor. Anyway.
We can talk for 10 minutes, actually. I can talk for a few minutes if you want to.
Yeah, I think it'd just be easier to wrap things up.
Okay.
Well, anyways, on that note, let's kick on the music and wrap things up, everyone.
Okay.
And I give you a nice fade into. You can't hear it, Aki, but everybody else can, and they can let you know what a nice fade in that was.
Oh, what
Okay.
a nice fade in.
Thank you. Thank you, Red. I
I can always
appreciate
turn on
that.
the audio.
But anyways, oh yeah, when do we want to do this? It's next up on August 8th.
Yeah, well, no.
You're not
I
going to be here.
Well, I won't have a house. I'll be a bum. I will
TBD.
be
TBD.
a sofa surfer.
You can edit it in later.
If anyone wants an Aki to come and stay with them for a bit, then I'm hygienic. I clean up after myself.
Let's just say this. Thanks for tuning in to the Boosters in Space Tape podcast. We'll be relaunched. We'll be back 1 month from now, hopefully, on August 8th to 9th, TBD, of course, which is the second Saturday of August. We'd like to thank Popsky for our commissioned intro and outro music, which you can hear now. You can find all his music on his Bandcamp at popsky.bandcamp.com. Subscribe to Boosters in Space Tape on various platforms, including iTunes. What was that?
It sounded like a squeak.
Anyway,
Nothing.
subscribe to
Nothing.
Boosters in Space Tape on various platforms, including iTunes, Libsyn, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook at Boosters and Space Tape. Shoot any questions or feedback to boostersandspacetape@gmail.com. And to keep up with our live recordings, you can follow here on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Matoro, Matoro. And of course,
Demo UFC.
I have been Matoro, and with me, Akinesis Gaming.
Hello, goodbye.
Hello, goodbye, DigitalPsychosis,
Yeah, bye.
and TheReadPanda.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks again, everyone. We'll see you next time, and we'll catch you soon for more Kerbal, real space, and other cool and sciencey stuff. See you in episode 6. Bye now.
Pip pip.
Bye.
Oh my god, what is he doing with his tongue?
I'm recording.
He's licking. He's catching the embers with his tongue.